Good evening, YouTube followers and friends and family. Where it is. That's how far we are. Just getting started on night number 2. It's going to be a lot more lax this evening, seeing as I'm not riggedy wrecked, but I definitely felt lethargic in the afternoon/evening portion. Come about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning at an appropriate time, but it did not last long, and that's including caffeine drinks and beverages. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I start to fast again, but just best to be consistent. That's all I can say. In time, it will come to a point where my body will, that is just nasty. That's a lot of natty gnats. Ooh, I want to give you guys full-fledged tour. Maybe right over my shoulder like so. So you guys can actually see life as I stroll past my barns and my land. Not my land, but as usual, that's where we're going. Might as well get going. So saw yesterday's video. It was a nice little video. I did some scything, I like to call it, the using of the scythe to weed whack, I suppose you could say. Great exercise technique. I think it was great. I can feel it, I suppose, in my left side, my left oblique, so to speak. I will not be bringing my vehicle, obviously. It is not that night for it. I did wake up and do a morning run up the hill. It's only like a couple 100 feet of an incline, and it's about, I've mentioned this before in a recent video, maybe it's not even a quarter-mile track, like around the woods. The land that they have in the back has a looped trail. It's about maybe a sixth of a mile, so to speak, maybe eighth of a mile. Tonight's dinner, asparagus and homemade guac. I've already had protein, not protein bars, homemade Whiz bars. Gosh, what did I make? I had sweet potato and hummus for lunch, along with 2 Whiz bars. Those Whiz bars go with maple yogurt, by the way. Grass-fed yogurt. Gosh, what else? Oh, the rice. I had a nice little cup of rice. Salty chicken flavor. Just a rub. Nothing specific in it. Well, yeah, specifics, but nothing crazy awesome. And then some Amish rolled butter. Simple. I had a fracking piece of pizza today. I had leftover pizza from the, obviously from the weekend party that we're coming off of. I did not have time to cook for everybody, so I decided just to order pizza for everybody, and still made guac and set out hummus and salsa for dipping of sides like chips and the veg. People did enjoy the veg side. But yeah, the party was, in my opinion, a disaster in comparison to what I was hoping for. I was hoping for maybe 15 or 20 people to just show up for a few hours, get some volleyball game in. Wasn't nearly that big, maybe half, a little more than half, but it was okay. First party this summer, and it was all right. It is what it is. Hopefully we'll be moving our parties to the yard that we are making our way to at the moment. A lot of new stuff going on. I have, matter of fact, it was this morning that kind of summoned the deal, or at least got my mind in the got my mind in the mind frame of actually making this a permanent stay. I want to, gosh, I'm sorry, my arm is getting tired. Making my living quarters out here. A little bit of at home. I think I'm just uncomfortable with living with people. I don't know how much free time I need to myself. It has been a long time since I've actually lived on my own, aside from the so-called vacations that I do. But plain and simple, I need some time. I do. So, I honestly don't even know where I'm going to put you. There's something. I got a couple little pieces out here. Little trash can doodad. That can work as your little stand while we... Matter of fact, let's put you... I'm going to give you guys a visual of the entrance, right? So I'm going to give you guys a visual of where we just came from, just so you guys have an idea. Behind us is nothing but woods. So it's just nothing but woods. The loop goes further back into the woods, but we just came from that trail right there. I'm going to set you guys down in hopes to get y'all set up. Man, I'm sorry, but I want to give you guys a good visual. That may work. So you got a fire pit. Right past the fire pit is where we came in, right about there. So I'm going to give you guys a nice little... That actually works out pretty well. Cool. So I set this up yesterday. As you can see, it's not a yeah, that's what happens. It's not a very... It's funny because you have this little notch here that I'm using to sit you guys up in. Oops. How about we try this? I don't know if you guys are seeing this right at all. We're going to see how you do there. Hopefully you're with me. But, not a very difficult setup here. As you can see, I'd say there's spiders on just about every orifice of this thing here. A little worryful, I get it, but it's, you go in, you come out. It's just like any house, so to speak. And I know I'm on the opposite side of this. Let me go ahead and do the rundown of what I would end up doing. Hopefully, maybe just about every day. What I'll do is I'll shake off. Oh, you know what? My stakes are in here. I forgot. I actually staked things up, but I also wanted to move the grass in a little bit. Sorry about this, folks. I didn't quite have this down, so there goes one stake. Well, whatever. So, we're gonna pull up the stakes here. I got about 5 of them circulating the entire perimeter. The problem is everything's so dirty. I'm not used to everything being so dirty. Shake and bake. I'm gonna do a quick lift. I'll move. See my door. Right, so you see this here. I laid down a nice 6x4 tarp. Nothing very special, except all the grass that we cut yesterday. I'm going to simply make this a little bit more centered so I can lay on more grass. It's pretty much spread apart really well. So I'm just gonna spread this. I'm gonna compact it one more time so I have a little bit softer bedding for the evening. Just gonna bring this all in here. Realized last night that I had one more thing to take care of that we should always take care of, and that is checking from head to toe for all and any forms of life, whether it be insect or insect, because God have mercy, you go to bed with any of that crap living in your ears. Oh my goodness, we don't need that stuff. Anyway, this will be good enough. I'm happy with this. I'm not sure how much you can see, but I have a pretty nice setup here. Get this back over. And then fire pit, wall, door. I'm just gonna drape it right on top again. So yeah. It's a pretty simple setup. I can take this down and put it up in a manner of maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I want to get faster. You know, you want it to be in like 2 or 3 minutes, right? You want to take your living quarters up and down in a mere couple of minutes. God forbid you are in a survival situation to where you need to book it in an instance. You want to be prepping and moving, or you want to be on the move as fast as possible, and you want to be able to break your setup down as fast and as quickly as possible. This guy isn't necessarily needed here. I keep it here during the day simply for rain, obviously. I don't expect any rain for the next week or so I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. Obviously, something that you want to keep track of is the weather patterns. Heaven forbid, God forbid, it does rain heavily and your tent is not prepared. Not even, you could probably get away with a full-fledged tarp. This isn't a full tarp. That it doesn't completely cover the tent that I have. You might get away with being able to cover your tent up with the tarp from top to bottom as long as it is secure, windproof and whatnot, waterproof, windproof. This tent is not. This is more or less just a safety precaution just in case it does tend to drizzle, or there is a chance of drizzle or light rain. If there is a chance of rain, I do plan on taking it completely down, taking care of my home quarters as it is necessary. For those that don't know, this is my backyard, so I am not too worried about a so-called survival situation. I've played those games enough to where I think I have that locked in my head well enough. There's always plenty to learn. There's many more experiences to be had, so don't think that we won't be practicing that in the future. But for these videos, I've mentioned in the previous video that I will probably be having this tent stationed here for some time, on and off of the summer months. So the brand new thing that we have going on is the fact that I actually plan on taking the summer and spending quite a bit of time out here. When I say quite a bit, I actually do. Let me go ahead and move forward for this one. This is kind of important. Let me take you guys in with me here. This is kind of important. So I do actually plan on spending some time out here in the woods for the next several months. And when I say that, I mean that I'm going to move out here. I'm going to make it official pretty soon. I just have to continuously bring more and more of my personal belongings out here. Obviously, the more the merrier. I've always said, if you want to guarantee, sorry, I'm actually putting my stakes in right now. So if you want to guarantee a transition in life, best way to do it, I haven't really said this, I'm just making this up as I go. But the best way to do it, how would be the best way to do it? I'm trying to compare this to personal belongings that you identify with. So an easy example would be your bed, right? You sleep in your bed every single night. You brush your teeth every single day. You shower in the same shower every single day. So a way to guarantee your transitions in life are to change those essentials, those bare essential necessities as fast as humanly possible. So obviously my first one, changing my living quarters, sleeping out in a tent every single night is only going to make the transition happen that much faster. Originally, it was supposed to be it was supposed to be 3 days a week. Man, there are just spiders galore. If they're not, there's a bald spot in the ground. Huh. That is odd. If you do want to make your transition in life, I highly, highly, highly suggest you change those specific daily habit items, whether they be, even if you exercise at home, start exercising somewhere else. That's a bad example. But as I mentioned before, change your home quarters, change where you sleep, change where you shower, change where you eat, change where you brush your teeth, change the specifics of the daily habits that you do as fast as humanly possible, and you will only make it happen that much faster. So, let me just give you guys that's terrible. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. Might as well just do that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head on in here for a second. I'm gonna bring this in here. Oh, by the way, I shouldn't even. Today's date is the 23rd of May. Probably rolling around. We're probably rolling right around 8:30. Around 8:30 right now. I'm gonna pop this bare essential in here, and I'm actually gonna go grab. My sleeping bag, so I'll be right back. Matter of fact, I might as well just show you. So this is obviously a perk to this whole setup, as my house is right there, fire pit, our entrance, sorry for the visual, and then this guy here is just extra stuff. Now this is obviously a perk that I get to all this, but essentially I can live back here as long as necessary. As long as I bring everything I need, right? Bare essentials. All the necessities we need. You got knives, you got hats just in case. Grinding stone, water supply for drinking, propane, extra hammock, notebooks, flame, light, compass, cutters, fire gloves. I mean, I have basically everything I need for now. Golly. The only thing I need right now is my mind, and that is the consistent habit of taking care of everything. And of course, a saw. So one of these days, it's already 8:30. So 8:30, I could probably go out and gather some wood, so to speak. I'm almost riggedy wrecked. I could make a fire. Wonder if you guys heard that. Oh shit. There's a wasp nest. You have got to be kidding me. Oh my God. Yeah, I know this is stuff that I'm not going to enjoy. That's a big old, not a big wasp nest, but big enough to where I'm going to fucking flip out if I run into that thing. So, yeah, I mean, nature is nature, and I guess I gotta get used to it. It's either this or eat bugs, and that's what the future looks like so far. So, might as well wait until I bring you guys in here. Here, you know what? Let me set you guys back up. Sit you guys. Sorry for the grass here. Yeah, sleeping mat, by the way, every single item that you see here, aside from the backpack that I carried in here, everything you see has been found in, you guessed it, the dumpster. Dumpster sleeping bag, dumpster tent, dumpster tarp that I'm sitting on. The scythe, this guy here, was one of the owner's tools, so that's not necessarily found. But if you don't know me yet, you should know that I am absolutely a utilizer of trash, so to speak. Just to double check, nothing in here. You can always go nuts on checking the inside of your tent. Nothing seems to pop out. It's a very small area. It's not like I have to look over it all too much. Let me go ahead and bring you guys on in. All right, I think that actually works. Nice. I actually have you chilling in this little pocket here. I could even put you on this one. But yeah, guys, my humble abode. Back wall, side, and this is the front. There's our campfire. I'm going to toss you guys in one of these. It's actually not a bad, I mean, granted, you're obviously not much in frame, but it's not like there's anything that needs to be. So, first thing I do is get my bed going, obviously. Granted, there is just no room for you. But this is it. This is all there really is. Give me a few here. Ready? And fast forward. Little Wim Hof. Nice and easy. Another layer of softness. First time I've ever had one of these fellas. A really generous gift from the gods slash I wish I remembered what address it was, but I remember what house it was. Because I got this whole setup. They threw away everything here. Look at that fella. So this is what you don't want to see on your belongings. If you can see him, that's an obvious go. We'll go ahead and prick him off real quick. He's just beveling himself right on there. I hate. There we go. I hate him. Absolutely hate him. You just don't want to see him, and I'm not even sure how he got on. Quite honestly, I store this in that cabin like you saw before, and I mean they could just. I mean they're probably all in there. I don't think. It's not like there's weeds or grassy stuff. Don't get me wrong. I don't know jack shit about nature. So I don't know the first thing about, gosh, this thing's going to tickle me and scare the crap out of me. I don't know the first thing about actually, right and wrong versus in nature. This is my right and wrong. Too bad it doesn't have a what would you call it? A fermented beverage. I'm just going to go ahead. The thing is, I can't set this down. I never really thought about that. Cheers. Let me go ahead and do a rundown with you guys. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Just a little bit of berry. Mixed berries, springtime berries, lots of berries. Oh yes, lots of berries. Oh man. Beverage of choice tonight, peach and berry Waterloos. They're my transition, obviously, off of the so-called alcoholic beverages for a time being. I've gone through LaCroix and other calorie-free carbonated beverages. I realize that carbonation also helps my brain feel a little bit more at ease. Let me go look at something real quick. Nope, that is just dirt. But yeah, I like carbonation. It kind of helps ease the mind of not addictions. I'm going to call them habits, because they're not necessarily, I don't want to consider them addictions. Because if it were an addiction, I'd still be doing it. There's only 2 things in this bag that are from the house. Pillow, which I forgot my pillowcase again. And check this out. This is awesome. I actually got my home sleeping bag. The sleeping bag that I took on every journey since Florida. Oh, shoot. That's carbonation for you. I essentially brought... I have both the sleeping bags. So the bigger one that I'll pull out of here is the one I found on the side of the road. The smaller one, which, don't get me wrong, my smaller home traveling sleeping bed that I've had for years is rated for less than 0 degrees, I think. And I can guarantee that. But this other one is twice the size. So this guy is obviously gigantic. I so want to set this drink down, but I think I'm going to spill it. So the very bottom, so this is the bottom where my feet will go, right? You could see the size difference. This is the other one. That's where my feet go in one. And this is the size of the other one. It's literally half, maybe less than half the size. So this other one I found in the trash, absolute score. And now it's just soft padding because I have my other one. Like I said, I'm trying to transition out here. So I'm actually bringing my sleeping bag. I still have a... what do you call it? Just a sheet. I have a bed sheet on my bed at home. However, I'll usually have this as a backup, but this is the summertime, so it's not necessarily necessary. I'm bringing this guy out here to kind of summon up the deal. I still have other pillows at home, so I do have the opportunity to go back home. We'll be changing that as soon as we can. We'll be changing things up over the upcoming month. But yeah, guys, this is the setup, and this is what we're going to be going after for the next... Sorry. Sorry. For the next several months, guys. This is the plan. So this is what you're interested in. This is what you guys want to... laugh at for the time being. Be my guest. Follow along. Watch the procedure. I'll be chopping wood. I will be building the fire pit, cutting grass with the scythe. I have... God, there's so many things to do. I have to figure out a way. Essentially, I have to figure out a way to get power back here, and that's the big one. That's the big cojones that I must take care of, is to figure out how to get water back here. There is a slight running of water. Slight. I'm talking real slight. Maybe we can turn that into something. I highly doubt it'll be. Maybe it's enough. Like, I really don't know. The water flow, like the amount of PSI, so to speak, that it's generated to fuel, I think, like a house, maybe. I don't even know the size of the houses that I've seen. I just started watching videos on this stuff. But the amount of power it takes to generate a home takes a bit of running water. But I mean, I'm not obviously going for a home. I'm just going for maybe a refrigerator and a couple appliances. You know, some very common, basic essentials. The refrigerator being one of them. And that's the most constant, continuous draw of energy that I'm going to need. So that's the goal. That's the long-term goal for the summer. If we can get that set up, I'm good to go. I'm ready for all winter if I must. I can always transition inside of a cabin if I need to. But yeah, this is it, folks. Stay tuned for more. I am going to hit it up now, do some reading, do some relaxing a little bit. I'm going to catch up. I'm just tired. And I know it's still light out. I get it. There's plenty more that can be done. But I also need to plan. I also need to get things organized as well. And that's one of the bigger things I have been struggling with recently. So keep following along, looking for more backyard camping with the Whiz videos. And we'll catch you guys and more to come. Camp expressively, folks. That's a new one on me. Right on. Live expressively, y'all.